What Bob Taylor came across was a physical object, one that appeared to be disc-like in appearance.
Unidentified flying objects have become the talk of the town in the past years, especially since the number of sightings have increased so far. Sometimes experts have normal explanations for this UFO, but they look more and more real. Recently, a driver was shocked when he caught a UFO flying in the sky through his dashcam footage, and then something surprising happened. This shocking footage has reignited questions about alien visits, but this time there's a video. Was it a real landing? Or something else entirely? Join us as we uncover what really happened during this terrifying UFO landing. Real UFO landing caught on dashcam. In a scene that looked right out of a science fiction film, dashcam footage recently surfaced, showing what many believe to be a real UFO. Drivers travelling on a quiet stretch of highway were left speechless as their cameras captured a silver, saucer-shaped object streaking silently across the sky. But the real surprise came moments later when the object landed. The unidentified flying object was smooth, metallic, and perfectly round, gliding through the air with no visible means of propulsion. There were no wings, no rotors, no exhaust trails. It moved sideways in a flawless straight line and was completely unaffected by wind or gravity. Eyewitnesses who recorded it with a dashcam camera noted that the object made no sound as it passed overhead, just a surreal silence that left many in awe and some in fear. Then, in a shocking twist, the UFO descended behind a tree line near the road and appeared to land. No explosion or smoke, just a quiet disappearance, as if it merged seamlessly with the Earth. The footage has gone viral, with countless people analysing it frame by frame. From the crisp motion of the craft to its gravity-defying movement, it's left even skeptics scratching their heads. Scientists have stepped in to offer possible explanations. Some claim it could have been a meteor skimming through the atmosphere. Others suggest an advanced drone with experimental stealth technology. But neither theory seems to match the precision and behaviour seen in the video. Meteors don't change direction or land smoothly, and drones don't move without vibration or noise, at least not ones known to the public. The shape, colour, and movement of the object all point to something beyond current human engineering. The fact that it isn't made with identifiable technology that we have on Earth is enough proof. Could this truly be the first undeniable evidence of an extraterrestrial visit? Probably not the first, because a UFO over a freeway was recently caught on dashcam. UFO over freeway caught on dashcam. Another shocking sighting occurred in Edinburgh, where a compelling piece of dashcam footage recently emerged, showing a metallic, disc-shaped object hovering over a busy highway. Unlike conventional aircraft, this craft appeared to glide silently and smoothly, leaving drivers baffled. The video was shot by a driver on the M8 near Edinburgh and captured a large, saucer-like object suspended mid-air. It didn't travel like a plane, but it simply hovered for several seconds before slowly drifting out of view. Drivers on the freeway paused in shock, with some also pulling over to document the event. One of the passers-by said, "I was just completely taken aback. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely not a plane." The strange dish-shaped object had a highly reflective surface gleaming under natural light, without any conveyors of motion such as propellers or jet engines. Its movements were deliberate and not erratic, and it hovered steadily, maintained a fixed altitude, and disappeared slowly, and there was no means of propulsion. This is different from other artificial crafts like drones and aircrafts. Of course, experts came with their so-called explanations, like drones with silent electric motors or optical tricks like lens flares or reflections. But none of these can be used to explain what was recorded by the dashboard. There are different reasons why this dashboard footage is one of the most popular proofs of an UFO, as it has clear visuals offering real-world, unscripted evidence and multiple witnesses since other drivers saw the same thing. Its movement pattern, shape and appearance are all strange. Aside from Edinburgh, a similar sighting was made in Peru. Footage from Peru. A recent dashcam video from Peru captured a bright, fast-moving object streaking across the sky, and everyone started asking whether it was a balloon, drone, meteor, or something more mysterious. In the video, viewers saw a luminous object zooming through the sky at high speed, leaving a brief glowing trail. It was filmed in broad daylight near Lima, catching the attention of multiple residents who witnessed its swift trajectory before it vanished out of sight. It was captured on a dashcam, then it quickly went viral on Peruvian social media. To make it more interesting, the UFO looked exactly like a fireball, bringing up the question, meteor or fireball? The object didn't look like normal meteors, which burn and disintegrate in predictable ways. Experts proposed that it could be re-entering space debris or an old satellite fragment, instead of an extraterrestrial craft. Another explanation is that it could be a high-altitude balloon, and some speculate it could be Google's Project Loon balloons used for stratospheric internet. These usually sparkle and move abruptly when lit by the sun. Some skeptics also argued that it could be advanced drones or model rockets with LED lights. Reactions of the UFO footage in Peru are divided. Some locals say that it's proof of an unexplained aerial phenomena, but critical watchers dismiss it with normal explanations like optical illusion or a drone. But shockingly, similar-looking crafts have been captured by high-altitude pilots over Peru in 2020. Just 4 years before this happened, a dashcam recorded a strange UFO over Darwin that lit up the sky. Darwin UFO. In January 2016, a husband and wife driving near Berrima, just south of Darwin, North Territory, captured extraordinary dashcam footage that stunned even experienced astrophotographers. The pair, Paul and Sylvia Mayo, usually captured galaxies and star clusters, and went to fuel up when they saw a streak of coloured light across the sky at shocking speed. The video, recorded around 1 a.m, begins with the couple pulling out from a service station. Suddenly, a glowing trail moves from left to right, and it has higher brightness and contrast. The light looked like a string of coloured pearls, distinct dots of varying hues shimmering through the night. Mr. Mayo was so shocked at what they were seeing and said, "In my 30 years of taking photos of galaxies and star clusters, this is, to me, probably moving a lot faster." Some people tried to play it down, saying it was windshield reflections, but these effects would trail at car speed and persist. Here, the streak was fast, consistent, and tracking along treetops. As always, there have been different explanations for what was recorded in the dashcam. These include meteors and fireballs, space debris, satellite reflections, and military jets, but none of these could fully explain what was recorded by the Mayos. This sighting was a bit credible because Paul and Sylvia saw it at the same time and also recorded it as it happened. They also bring decades of astrophotography expertise, making the UFO even more credible. What's more, the light's pearl-like segmentation, speed and straight trajectory defy simple crafts. It moves silently with no engine roar or aircraft noise. This might be a strange sighting, but not as interesting as the disc-shaped UAP that was revealed 5 years after it was recorded. Disc-shaped UAP caught on camera. In 2025, the world was shocked when independent journalist Jeremy Corbell released stunning military-grade footage of a disc-shaped UAP that was filmed back in November 2020. It was seen hovering near the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. The footage showed a perfectly round disc estimated between 200 and 400 meters in diameter, flying among the clouds. It exhibited intelligent, abrupt movements and changed courses laterally without visible propulsion or exhaust. According to infrared analysis, it revealed there was no heat signature. This is actually the first recorded military-captured disc-shaped UAP, and is different from the more common pill-shaped forms previously seen. Military insiders have confirmed that the video is authentic and has been documented. After the video was recorded, the Pentagon classified it as a UAP and is now investigating its origin and behavior. Meanwhile, many enthusiasts are wondering why it took the Pentagon up to 5 years before they released the video. It makes us wonder what else they are hiding. The UAP had a disc-like shape, and it was much larger than typical drones or balloons, making it more obvious that it was definitely not human-made. The motion was rapid, with controlled lateral shifts, without any gliding or free falls. There were no thermal signatures detected, unlike with normal aircraft or missiles. Plus, it was recorded by military-grade cameras, which increased its credibility. UFO sightings continue to shock everyone, but it becomes more credible when one literally crashes into the sea and is recorded right on Netflix. UFO crashes into sea. In a recent episode of Netflix's Investigation Alien with veteran reporter George Knapp, it showcased a startling event over the English Channel. It saw a glowing orb diving straight into the water. The team was operating an ROV near Normandy's coast when a stationary light appeared offshore. It suddenly darted away and reappeared hours later, captured by the lone night watch cameraman while the rest of the crew slept. The footage was shocking, as the light hovered, then plunged directly into the sea with no visible descent pattern. It was so surprising, as one could hear the cameraman saying, "Don't tell me it's going to go in the water, I'll be damned." When this was seen, the next idea was to check out the sea. Maybe they could find the UFO. But like any other mysterious UFO, it has disappeared completely. Underwater archaeologist Rory Kremer, who was part of the expedition, admitted to being baffled by what they just saw. Even after 20 years at sea, he hadn't seen anything like it. After technical examinations, it was revealed that the object's sudden underwater glow defied known phenomena, such as flares or bioluminescent creatures. The light descended cleanly and luminously into the depths of the water. Experts and UFO enthusiasts have called this one of the most compelling UAP visuals in years, highlighting its underwater appearance. But, as usual, there are always some who believe it is fake, saying it might be a flashlight on a fishing rod. The event is part of Episode 3, Alien Waters, which focuses on underwater phenomena and potential submerged UFO bases. Knapp and his team explore similar incidents near Mexico's Gulf Coast and gather magnetic anomalies during dives near the Channel Islands. Yet, despite all the clues they found, the English Channel orb remains the most shocking moment and an unexplained anomaly that is never confirmed or debunked within the series. While TV crews have been spotting some shocking UFOs, it's nothing like what the military keeps finding. Tic Tac UFO near California. In February 2023, a crew aboard the USS Jackson, a US Navy littoral combat ship near San Diego, saw something that they would never forget. They saw 4 Tic Tac-shaped objects, small, oblong and self-illuminated on their forward-looking infrared radar and visually with the naked eye. One of the UFOs was seen emerging directly from the Pacific Ocean, and it transitioned seamlessly to flight without any trace of exhaust, flaps, or wings. All the 4 UFOs took off in a synchronized burst, vanishing from radar within seconds. Naval personnel estimated altitudes around 22,000 feet. There was also no sign of human tech, like visible propulsion systems, conventional flight controls, and heat signatures. There were also a lot of witnesses of this UFO sighting. Alexander Wiggins, a 23-year Navy veteran aboard the Jackson, validated the sighting because he also saw 4 bright lights rising from the ocean in perfect unison. What's more, the defense analyst revealed that there were no US aircraft in the area, so this ruled out conventional craft. It makes us remember the 2004 Tic Tac encounter involving the USS Nimitz. Military-grade observations of UFOs are always more credible than civilian videos because they have radar and FLIR data gathered by trained naval personnel. It also featured unexplained technology like transmedium operation, sudden coordinated departure, silent flight, and altitude control, none of which align with known aircraft. The capabilities of these UFOs brought up more questions, like, if they're not human-made, who operates them? Fort Lauderdale UFO. The military is increasingly worried about UFO sightings and whether they pose a threat against the people. One shocking sighting was when flight attendant Cassandra Martin, along with 2 pilots aboard a Sergei private jet, were returning to Fort Lauderdale from the Bahamas when Miami Air Traffic Control alerted them to a foreign object near their altitude, around 43,000 to 45,000 feet. Martin was curious, so she peered out of the window and saw a glowing orb hovering well above them. She captured the UFO on video by pressing her phone against the window. At first, the orb appeared white, but then it shifted to a vibrant green, appearing to glow with an electrical aura. Even stranger, it zigzagged erratically and moved in synchronization with the jet for an astonishing 45 minutes. With the altitude, behavior, and look of the UFO, it's definitely not a drone or weather balloon. According to Martin, it stayed with us for about 45 minutes, way higher than us. Defense journalist Brian Bender, former Pentagon correspondent and now with Americans for Safe Aerospace, found the footage compelling and likened it to similar reports, including military pilot orb sightings. National media noted that the event is similar to other high-altitude orb sightings documented in military contexts. The sighting gained major attention among UFO enthusiasts, with some users mentioning the ATC confirmation, high altitude, multiple witnesses, and unusual zigzagging as a credible incident. But others pointed out that there could be something strange happening and tried to bring up normal explanations. Although the expert analysis of this remains speculative, from advanced drone tech to unknown aerial vehicles, the fact that it lacks an exhaust, flight control surfaces, and strange movement patterns makes this case of UFOs hard to explain. It remains one of the strangest and most compelling high-altitude UFO sightings in recent years. But there's also a compelling case of an UFO landing in someone's backyard. Las Vegas backyard landing. On the night of April 30th, 2023, the Kenmore family in Las Vegas revealed something shocking. They saw a glowing green light streak across the sky, and then it crashed into their backyard around midnight. Witnesses included a teenager, Angel Kenmore, who described an 8 to 10 foot tall humanoid creature, which was grey-green, big-eyed, and breathing heavily, lurking near a forklift and moving alongside the home's fence. It was a major case because the Las Vegas Metro PD responded to a terrified 911 call reporting 2 subjects in their backyard. When the police arrived, their body cam footage captured a green orb streaking across the sky moments before. Despite the police carrying out canvas and yard searches, no physical evidence or crash debris was found. When there was no evidence found, the case had to be listed as unfounded. Forensic specialist Scott Roeder, known for crime scene reconstructions, conducted a frame-by-frame analysis on the family's video. He noted what appears to be 2 distinct entities moving realistically behind the fence, possibly using cloaking effects, the presence of heads, torsos, and synchronous movement into real-world space. Roeder said, "These entities are real. They're there. This is not fake." His work was validated with motion tracking software that isolated human-like motion patterns, and he went against claims that it was CGI or a shadow. There have also been critics and counter-analysis which stuck to the idea that the viral video was a CGI overlay on authentic police and news footage. They also traced the alien imagery to a TikTok account. The police placed surveillance in the Kenmore house after, but they didn't find any strange beings again. The Las Vegas backyard sighting remains one of the polarized UFO events in recent memory. But like always, There are always normal explanations for these UFOs, with some critics always rejecting these sightings. What are some common explanations for UFOs caught on a dashcam and other cameras? Common explanations for UFOs caught on dashcam. Whenever UFOs are caught on dashcam footage and other cameras, only a few of them are unexplainable, especially when they look too much like a saucer or don't resemble human-made aircraft. But most times, they end up being misidentifications. Starlink satellites and other satellite constellations are frequently mistaken for UFOs when recorded moving steadily across the sky. Their steady formation and brightness can give the illusion of a mysterious craft, especially to those not tracking satellite passes. Bright planets such as Venus often appear like hovering disks from a moving car, amplified by atmospheric distortion near the horizon. Aircraft and drones also crop up regularly in dashcam footage. A plane seen head-on illuminated by strobe lights may appear to hover or move erratically, while drones equipped with LED lights can mimic unconventional motion patterns. Even insects close to the camera lens can seem like high-speed objects, with parallax making them seem distant and swift. Balloon types, whether weather balloons or sky lanterns, drift silently at altitude with reflective surfaces. From certain angles, they resemble metallic disks, and cloud formations such as lenticular or hole-punch clouds can take on saucer or layered shapes, creating dramatic illusions of structured, hovering crafts evade easy explanation. Cloud formations such as lenticular or hole-punch clouds can take on saucer or layered shapes, creating dramatic illusions of structured, hovering crafts. Optical effects like lens flares and backscatter, where light from street lamps, headlights, or dashcam sensors reflect off dust or moisture, often create orbs and streaks in videos. These artifacts only appear on the recording and not to the naked eye. Do you believe the UFO landing caught on the dashcam is true or something else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more untold stories. And while you're here, click the next video on your screen. There's more you won't want to miss.